Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today we have a very big box from iFlight and it's the new Nazgul Eco DC5. It's a cheaper version of the Nazgul and I'm very curious to see where they cut corners to make the price lower. So let's open the box and see what's inside. And I know, yeah, as usual, a few bags and the drone itself with the direction cards. We had two pairs of Nazgul F5 propellers from iFlight. One is for the drone, one is spare. Very full parts bag with two battery pads, one for the drone, one spare, two antennas, and I actually love this new geometric design. Extra screws, nuts, and the GoPro mount. And lastly, an extra battery strap. And finally, this is the drone itself. I love the way it looks. It's a dead cat style, so you don't have the propellers in the video view. It's 240mm motor to motor and 428 grams like this. With the propellers, it's gonna be around 435, 440, but not bad at all. It doesn't have the side covers like the more expensive models do, but in my opinion it's not super bad because you have more access to the internals, you don't have to take out everything, it's much easier to repair and you have less weight overall in the air, so it's not a bad idea to remove the side guards. The frame feels incredibly stiff and it doesn't move at all, just like the more expensive version. 5mm arms, very nice. 2mm bottom, 1.5mm top, and this central plate is 2.5mm, just like the more expensive one. So they didn't cut corners on the carbon. It's a nice twill, as you can see. The motors are Xing E Pro 2207 1800 kV, and just look at those coils and those magnets in the stator. Everything looks pretty fine to me, even though I guess they are a little bit budget version, but I could not tell if not for the E in the writing, which means Eco. Motors are powered by a 55 amps ESC board down here and a F4 ATF4 flight controller up top with a USB-C. I think the electronics is where they cut a little bit of corners, but if it flies good, it's no problem to me. I don't care about the latest and greatest, it just has to work great and fly great. Yet it has a capacitor down there, a buzzer down here, and an anti-spark filter at the back, so they didn't skimp out on a lot of stuff. And also it comes with the O3 already installed with the soft silicone mounts and of course the unit here at the back with these two very nice antennas again. And I mean, this drone on the website right now is 399 bucks, which is a steal because the O3 already is like 220, 240 bucks depending where you get it. It means that the drone is like 160, 180 bucks. It's crazy for the amount of stuff you get. A steal, really. It looks like so far they just took out the unnecessary and they focused on the core, which I like. This is a drone, it crashes, it just has to fly and carry home the video. And boom, it's finally ready to fly. I have yet to arm this drone. I'm gonna use a 1800 milliamps 6S, and I have to say I like the cable like this and not fixed, because usually they fix it at a weird angle and it's kind of hard to plug it in. Like this, it has a little bit of slack, so it's better. And the anti-spark filter really works. Let's fly. Wow, so nice to be back to the DJI radio, because I have been using all other kind of radio these days. And yeah, I am used to this now, so I feel much more at home. Wow, the DJI digital system. I've reviewed analog stuff, work snail, but man, when I come back to this, it's home. I feel so relaxed in this. First time flying this drone, as you can see, I'm pretty much at home. Wow, I like it a lot. Okay, so it's our 3 system, so let's push it. It has a little bit of shake, it's a dead cat, remember, and it's carrying a not very recommended battery, but yeah. It's pretty much very stable with minimal, I mean, look, straight as an arrow, and it's the dead cat version. The X version will be a little bit better, but this, I have no complaining whatsoever. It's probably better than the Pro version I tested like a year and a half ago. Wow, perfect, unshakable. And yeah, the dead cat sometimes gives a little bit more issues, but this one, wow. And having the O3 on board is incredible. Yeah. This drone, I recommend it. For the price, remember, $399 with O3, unbeatable. I don't think there is a... Maybe there is if you build it, but it's very, very nicely built, this drone. It's a dead cat, the frame is nice, it's thick, and wow, the motors are working perfectly. I am not joking when I say I feel at home with this. It's nice to fly. It's not a racing drone, of course. It's much more, it's much smoother with, especially this bigger battery. How fast it is? Yeah. It will go 160, 190 max, but it's fine. It's just creamy. I like it. I mean, you are not leaving anything on the table buying this drone. Just a couple of side covers that get dirty and maybe they snap. And yeah, they may protect a little bit the internals, but if you land in a puddle, it's game over anyways, unless you waterproof the drone. And in the Pro versions of the Nazgul, you have a lot more useless stuff like the LEDs and the stuff and the... Oh my god. Yeah, my nose was itching. You have like the LEDs and a lot of useless stuff you don't care after a while. They look better, but then it's not flying performance. Stuff that breaks, stuff you have to repair, stuff that makes repairing more difficult. This does not have that, and in my opinion, it's an advantage. And as you are seeing, it flies perfect. Perfect. Whoa! Yeah. I like this drone a lot. I feel super confident in it. Very, very good job, iFlight. This is what we need. An inexpensive drone that takes the shot home perfectly. Wow. And man, yeah, the O3 is so much better. Not having flown the O3 in a few days now, I appreciate so much more. I am behind the earth, so it's better that I don't power loop. Let's power loop. Okay, I guess that's all. This battery is too big. Okay, this drone seems to be also quite efficient, which I didn't expect. Man, I have a lot of good things to say about this drone. I am surprised. Okay, it starts to be low, but wow. You can fly 7-8 minutes pushing, as you saw, I did. Okay, let's land. One time I land at a reasonable voltage. Man, how precise is it? Wow. Also, they were very smart with it and they added a LED on the board that shines through the logo. So at least you have one LED as well, which is not bad, and I guess it changes color depending on the battery. First flight, and I can already tell you this is probably my favorite 5-inch so far, I'm not joking. It just cuts the crap out. It flies perfectly, it's efficient, and you don't care too much about it because it's inexpensive and it's not beautiful in a standard sense. It doesn't have beauty things that get destroyed. No, you start scratching it, you are fine with it. It's its purpose. It brings the shot home. And it does it perfectly. It doesn't seem to cut corners around. I like it a lot. And boom, 880 grams. Usually I use this battery on a 6-inch. Let's see how it handles on a 5. And yes, the bottom LED changes color depending on the battery level. Yeah, you can feel the extra weight, for sure. Maybe needs a tiny bit of expo because the roll is a little bit too direct, but no problem. Wow, even with the camera, the Action 4 still flies pretty good. It feels heavier for sure, but not by much. Still snappy. Man, this drone, it was a surprise. I expected it to be good, but yeah, crazy good. Wow. Oh, okay, we saw a little bit of a shake, but something so minor, it wasn't even noticeable. And yeah, the dead cat configuration sometimes does a little bit of that, but on this drone is minimal. I remember trying on the old one, but the Pro version, it was worse. So it looks like, yeah, the electronics are cheaper, but then they improved the tuning a little bit. Yeah, no problem. The old one would shake a little bit sometimes. This one, much more rock solid. Yeah. This drone will go on my backpack for sure when I need a 5-inch. It will be my go-to 5-inch for now. Because it's serviceable, you can change parts and you don't have to open it and be careful on what you do, and you lose the thingy, how do you call it? The side skirts that protect it. No, this one is bare bones. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, I am not a pro pilot, so excuse me. Also, I have to become accustomed to this drone. But I usually don't fly like this with 5 inches, I know. So it tells you something. I mean, this drone, super controllable. And I feel like the 1800 milliamps is a good choice for this drone. I have mosquitoes biting on my foot. I feel like it's a good choice because you have a lot of extra oomph when you need it. If you need to cruise, you have more battery, you can push it. And it doesn't complain too much with the battery. I guess it's the right size for this kind of cinematic drones, because if you go slow, you can cruise a lot, and they become very good mid-range drones. If you have to push, you can push. If you have to complete laps, you can. And this is an incredibly nice cruiser as well. It's a very, very versatile drone, I have to say. And it has already the mount for the GPS, which is an optional if you want to put it. I guess I'm gonna put one because, yeah, I am sold with this. And the battery is done. 5 minutes. And I just love when the reviews are so easy to finish, because I don't seem to find any negatives with this drone. In my opinion, it's a best buy. And if you're looking for a 5-inch or a versatile 6S that can carry an action cam, really, really look into this drone. And I think it will be hard to find a more competitive drone than this, because the price point is right, the performance is great, powerful, efficient, flies perfect, the tuning is nice. I love that iFlight focused on removing all the useless stuff and giving us a perfect core experience. Flies just like the expensive ones. at a much lesser price. And also, I think I'm starting to prefer the open frame like this, because this is the more expensive version with the side cover and the fiber optic running through it, as you can see. And also it runs through the arms on the bottom. And it looks a lot better, I give you that, but one day I broke it and repairing it was a mess. I just had to replace one arm, but then you have all the fiber optic cables that go around and they meet up inside. It adds weight and it's useless once you fly. I cannot put O3 in it because it doesn't fit. The O3 doesn't fit at the back because this is tailored for the Cadex Vista. If I have to be really nitpicky, I don't understand why they went with the dual antenna with the O3 version, because the O3 already comes with an antenna, and just add the original O3 antenna and remove these two. Maybe bring down the price by 10 bucks, even better. I don't know, my 2 cents. And that's all for today. This drone will go on my backpack as my main 5-inch for now. It's ugly to say, but I care about it a little bit less than the others. I feel like I can scuff it up a little bit more and not care about it. And this eventually will lead to better videos and more risky maneuvers, which is nice. So, very, very recommended again. As always, remember to like, subscribe and comment on this video. Let me know what do you think about this drone and about my opinion on it. And as always, if you want to buy something, check out the links in the description down below. You help this channel a lot. Thank you so much, stay safe and happy flying. Bye!